Hello. Uh, this video is not part of the series, so it's not part of the series. I will shoot video number 9. I believe I'll do that one on doctor's appointments, that kind of things, how to deal with my doctor, how I deal with my doctor personally. Some suggestions that you may wish to ask your doctor. Like again, I never tell you what to do. This is all about what I do, how I talk to my doctor about anything from lab work to potential tests I should take, programs that are available out there. Should I do this? Should I do that? I know I bug my doctor because I'm a veteran, and I'm not sure how it works in the private sector. For the majority of my life, I've either been in the majority of my adult life, I've been either in the military or I've gotten out and I was in the reserves, and then I was now a veteran straight through. So my doctor experience, my adult life has pretty much been military or veteran VA doctors. So it might be a little different in the civilian sector, but I will address that. This video, maybe I'll call it something like bottoms up drinking, what to drink, what I drink. This question is asked to me a lot. People will always write me and ask me this question. You also see this a lot on Facebook. Some of the Facebook groups on weight loss and diabetes, people always say, I don't like drinking water. I'm sick of drinking water. What can I drink? What can I do? What can I do? What can I drink? What can I drink? What can I drink? I don't like water. Well, that's going to be a problem because water is really, really important. It's important to stay hydrated. And a lot of the things that are not water are going to have a lot of chemicals. If you look at the ingredients, and some of the stuff is pretty bad. So for me again, like this is me, I like to walk a lot. As you know, walk. I walk a lot. So I have to hydrate. And I hydrate the old, what is the old adage? Is that the word? Is don't wait until you're thirsty to drink. So when you're thirsty, it's too late. When you feel the thirst. So I don't want to get any cramping or get out on that trail that, like it says, 2.5 miles one way and 2.5 miles back. So I have to make sure that I'm fully hydrated before I leave. There are 3 drinking fountains on the route, so I can drink 1, 2, 3, turn around, 1, 2, 3 on my way back. 2.5 miles, 3 drinking fountains. I don't do that usually. Usually I will, if it's really hot, I probably am not going to walk. I'll walk in the evenings and then I'll walk in the morning. But if it's here in California, it's 109, 110, 108, even over 100. I usually don't like to walk because I have worried about sun exposure. I do wear a floppy hat and a long sun shirt or some kind of shirt to keep me covered. Also sunscreen as well. But I usually don't walk when it's that hot. I walk in home in place. Maybe if the gym was open, maybe do the elliptical machine or that kind of thing. I don't usually swim when it's that hot because, once again, sun exposure out by the pool. So I have to hydrate up on any day. If it's hot outside, sometimes I'll bring a water bottle with me, but I rarely do. I like to be fully hydrated before I go. I walk the 2.5 miles. At the end of the 2.5 miles, there is a restroom, and I usually use it, and then I walk back. So that's what I do when it comes to hydrating on the trail. I have to hydrate. Man, do I have to hydrate. Because if you get a cramp and you're a mile and a half in and you're by yourself, oh man, you got to sit there and suffer through that cramp and get home. And it's never happened to me, but I do take precautions in that, so I do hydrate up. Bringing water with me, if I was on a hike in the mountains or something, I'd have to bring water with me. I have a big blue metal bottle that keeps the water cool, but of course for the weight I'd probably put it in a reusable plastic bottle and try to find places to fill up the water bottle. So drinking. This is not about alcohol. Alcohol for me, I'll discuss it in another video. Maybe that'll be video number 10. I don't know. I'm still kind of going, I'm redoing my list because we had some requests. This was a request, but I didn't put it on there. Then number 7 was a request. I had a couple of requests about different things. Some are diet related. Now, when this happens and you're overweight, and I was overweight, and I am overweight, I just got called for a really big role. I'll let you know after if I get it and I shoot it. I'll let everybody know what that role was. But it is related to size. I can give you that much of a clue. It's related to size. But when you get overweight, everybody will tell you what you need to do is you need to eat less and exercise more. That's all they tell you. Eat less, exercise more. That's the answer to everything. Well, everybody is different. I'm different from you. You're different from me. We're all different. So your journey may be different than my journey. Now, I would go out on a limb to say you probably should drink water. You probably should. Talk to your doctor. Talk to you. Some people, when I was in the hospital, they couldn't have water. They had a problem with water retention, and they gave them little chips of ice, and they were allowed to chew on these little chips of ice at certain intervals. Like every 2 hours, they can have like a little cup about that, a little styrofoam cup with that much in the styrofoam cup of chips of ice, and that's all they can have. Something I know, and also know that pre-surgery you're not supposed to drink any water, but for the most part, they always say to drink water. And who are they? Who are they? Who are they? The doctors, the scientists. If you go on WebMD, if you go to Americans with Disabilities or American Diabetes, if you go to the Heart Association, almost every single one of these websites that's available free of charge will talk about what to drink, and almost always water is on there. If it's not number one, it's going to be number two. If it's not number two, it's going to be number three. It's up there pretty high. Drinking water is very important. So what do I drink? What do I drink? Someone asked me, I don't like drinking just plain water. What can I do? Okay, what I do, and I don't have that problem, is I like plain water. If it's cool, sometimes it's just lukewarm water. I have to take so much medicine. Most of it is by my own choice as supplements, but I take a lot of medicine, so I probably get enough water just from taking my medicine. I take medicine, water, medicine, water. So that way I probably do get the recommended amount. They always say 8-ounce glass of water. We don't even know where that came from. There's a chart you can look at, and it'll show you how much water they think you should drink. So for me, I usually just drink plain water. Just plain water out of the tap or whatever. I do like some sparkling waters, and some of these sparkling water, not to endorse them, but there are some sparkling waters. I get most of it just generic from either the drugstore, or I will go to like a grocery store, and whatever's cheap, and I turn the ingredients around, and I read it. I put on my glasses, and I read it, and it will tell me what's in it. And if it says that it has water and natural fruit flavoring, and the carbs are this, then I'll incorporate that. I don't do that all the time, just for a treat. Some of the sparkling waters, the flavored sparkling waters, but I have to be careful because some of them have sugar, some of them have Splenda or other kind of artificial. I don't know if Splenda's artificial, but they'll have things similar to we used to drink back in the day, like saccharins and stuff like that, artificial sweeteners. I don't know what's in Equal. I don't know what's in the pink one, sugar, whatever, these sugar supplements. So some of them do have that, and I don't use those at all. The problem I worry about with using artificial sweeteners is, one, I don't really like the taste, and two, once I drink something sweet, my body thinks I am eating sugar. I'm consuming sugar if it's really sweet. So then my pancreas goes and starts making insulin to combat the sugar, and there is no sugar. So I'm wasting my body's natural ability to make insulin. For those of you that are type 1, I don't think your body creates insulin, or doesn't create it. It can't pump through the body. I'm not really sure. Ask your doctor. Ask your doctor about that. So for me, water. Just regular water. Sometimes sparkling water with nothing in it is good because it's bubbly, and then sometimes a little one with a little bit of a fruit flavor, and that's what I drink for cold. I also drink iced tea. I drink iced tea. There's many varieties of iced tea that you can drink, and talk to your doctor or maybe a nutritionist and find out your needs. There's certain teas they say help with certain things. There's a lot of teas I didn't even know existed. I thought, I know about brown, black tea, it's kind of brown color, that's black tea, green tea, there's white tea, there's all kinds of different teas where they have different kind of flavorings. So once again, on flavorings, I would look for, does it have sugar? What are the carbs? And what are those things in there? Are there things I should be eating? Some people take medication where they can't have grapefruit. I don't have that problem. I can have grapefruit. I don't really like it too much. Cold grapefruit juice is pretty good, but I have to have very small amounts of fruit. I don't really eat fruit. I can't because of diabetes. Hopefully it's getting better because I do miss having a banana. an apple from time to time, cut up pieces of apple. And that used to be the best thing. I take half an apple, cut it in pieces, take it with me, put some baby carrots, and I can take that as a snack. Well, now I can't have too much baby carrots. I can't have too many apples because it has a lot of sugar. But iced tea, I usually have plain iced tea, no sugar. I don't add any sugar, don't add any cream, nothing, just iced tea. I used to like go to McDonald's for the $1 huge iced tea because back when COVID hit, you couldn't get refills. So if you get a small iced tea like this big at a burger restaurant, you can fill it up over and over and over again if you're in the dining room. But you weren't allowed to be in the dining room, so I always get that large one for $1. They don't have it anymore. It's now $1.97 or something like that. So I don't get that very often. I'm back to just mostly drinking water throughout the day. I bring my big blue jug. I showed it earlier. I think it's in here. One second. Not to endorse, but this thing really works. Maybe I'll call them, see if they want to sponsor us. But this one here is the one I got. This from Costco. We got 2 of these. You know, Costco, you always go by volume. We got 2 of these. I just fill it with water and throw it in the refrigerator. And in the morning, I take it, and it'll still be cold. Not as cold as when I first went, but when I get home in the evening or whatever, it's still very, very cold. So I just drink this. Do I add any lemon? I couldn't. Sometimes, we live in Monrovia. There's trees everywhere. Sometimes for a treat, I'll fill this with water, and I'll squirt a couple of cut a lemon in half, squirt it in there, and do it, and take that with me. One thing about doing that, if you do that, make sure you dump it out at night and clean it out each night, because if you leave that lemon in there, it stinks, and I'm sure if it stinks, it's not good. So I do that. So iced tea, nothing in it, nothing but ice and the tea. So it's going to be the tea leaves, whatever, water and ice, and that's what I drink. Hot beverages, of course, occasionally hot tea, usually if I'm sick, if I feel a little like under the weather, a little sore throat. I used to get really bad strep. Don't get that anymore. I don't know if I grew out of it. Maybe I got more healthy. I don't know. But hot tea for a sore throat is great. No sugar, no honey, no cream, nothing, just that. Now coffee, hot beverage coffee, I do put a little half and half, usually a tiny bit of half and half, or non-fat milk. They call it skim milk at the different coffee places. Can I have skim milk? So that's what I do. That's what I drink. So this is called bottoms up. So if you don't like water, if you don't like just drinking plain water, I don't know what you should do. If I didn't like drinking plain water, I would try maybe just a little fruit and sparkling water. You can almost make it like an Italian soda. They call it soda. Okay, the word soda, pop, soft drink, all that. I don't drink those. Diet drinks, I do not drink. If I was to want to have something like that, I would probably drink full sugar cola or root beer, maybe, but I don't. Very, very rare. Like I did a video called Cheat Back This Way, Cheat and Treat, maybe once in a while. I really don't have the things that I have cravings for still are breads, sweets, not really that. So I always like drinking just plain iced tea because it was refreshing. The diet soda, pop, whatever we're going to call it, I never really cared for that. I don't like the aftertaste. I don't really like the taste. So that wasn't a problem for me. But they say, no, drink that. And I say, okay, no problem. I don't drink that. So for me, this is my drinking thing. No, okay, fruit juice. I would love to have some orange juice every now and then. I can have about that much orange juice in a glass, 2 inches, give me 2 fingers of orange juice. I like orange juice, I like apple juice, I like grape juice. Cold grape juice, delicious. It's good for the heart, but like I said earlier in the earlier videos, things that are good for one thing might not be good for another. So I have to do that very sparingly. I do like fruit juices, but for me to hydrate, number 1 is going to be water. Number 2 is like iced tea. The water is number 1, then iced tea for me, and then coffees. Then occasionally I will drink sparkling water, either plain, just the water, or I would get the fruit one, or I can even add some fruit. I do have a great thing I used to have, and maybe I'll put it on another one. It used to be something that I was encouraged to incorporate. But as my diabetes, and then I developed diabetes, or I always had diabetes and got fat. I don't know, they call it type 2 diabesity, because you put on weight and it shows up. But probably I may have always been diabetic, and then put on the weight, and lots of weight, brought it out. So I can't really have that, but if I want to have a treat, that is a yummy treat, and maybe I'll put that on there later on there. So anyway, please subscribe. We are now at the monetized level. We have over 4,000 of watch hours, and we have over 1,000 subscribers. So the channel is able to become monetized. Haven't made any money, but we are now at the level of monetization. I don't know what they call that. If there's a name for it, but we've gotten to that level. But we still need more watch hours, so please watch. And please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. There's a subscribe button, I think it's down here. This might show opposite because it's maybe camera mirror image. If it does, it's on this side, but it's on the bottom, either the bottom left or bottom right. So please subscribe. Please subscribe to that. And please watch. We had a big fire here. A lot of you probably saw it. Huge pallet fire. That was on the same block as my house. My house is here, and it was right here. So it's across the street on the same block. And I had to park the car and walk to the house because no cars could get through there because of all the fire trucks. It was on Channel 7 in LA, Channel 11 in LA, and all that, but it's Monrovia. I put some videos on this channel here, this channel. There are some videos on there for the Monrovia fire. That was a modification to what I normally would do. Went for a walk with my friend Emily, and we got stuck. We couldn't go any further. But we did walk, but we had smoke, and a lot of smoke. So we had to modify where we had to walk out of that area to walk some more. And then in the evening, once the fire, of course, was done, we were able to walk back and get in the car. So that's what happened. We modified our day. Sometimes I do modify what I can drink. I'll go to places and they'll an event or whatever, and I just have to drink water. Everybody else is having a cocktail, a beer, or whatever, and I'm just drinking water. I'm sure most people think I'm an alcoholic. Nothing against alcoholics. You alcoholics are great. Get some help. Go get some help. Just like I have an eating situation, you have a drinking situation. Go get help. But I just have to drink water, and oftentimes it looks good. There's some homemade punch and something, and it looks really good. But no, I can't do it. I can't say I can't do it. Like, again, I can do it. I have to be careful of where I get my carbs. So, is that something I want to have and not have any carbs that day? Then okay. If I say okay, I'm gonna just have lettuce, some spring leaf lettuce and squeezed lemon on that, and have some punch. But I probably would say no to that. Probably wouldn't do that. So anyway, signing off here. Thank you so much. Video number, is it 9? That's the number 10. I can't remember. I gotta look. My next video will be coming out. I think it's number 10. Will be probably about the doctor appointments that I get and what I talk to my doctor. This is not part of the series, so it will be put in the regular playlist. I have playlists broken down as the ones that are in the series, ones that are not in the series, and a couple other small playlists. But anyway, thanks for listening and have a great day. It is Tuesday the 25th. Early happy Halloween.